Have you ever pondered what our world would be like if it spun twice as fast as it does now? Imagine our planet, this colossal sphere we call home, rotating at twice its normal speed. Currently, Earth completes a full spin on its axis every 24 hours, giving us the familiar pattern of day and night we've all grown accustomed to. But what if things were different? What if our world spun twice as fast, completing a full rotation in just 12 hours? It's an intriguing concept, one that reshapes our understanding of time, physics, and the very nature of life on Earth. From the rhythm of our days to the flow of our tides, from the weather patterns we observe to the behaviors of the creatures we share this planet with, everything would be in flux. So, shall we dive into this fascinating possibility? To understand the effects of a faster spinning Earth, we first need to grasp why our planet spins at its current speed. Now, let's take a step back about 4.5 billion years back, to the birth of our planet. Our Earth began its life as a swirling cloud of dust and gas. As this cloud collapsed under its own gravity, it started to spin. This spin wasn't arbitrary, but a result of the conservation of angular momentum, a principle that states that the total amount of spin in a system remains constant unless acted on by an outside force. Imagine a spinning ice skater pulling in her arms to spin faster. That's angular momentum in action. Similarly, as the dust and gas contracted, our planet began to spin faster and faster, eventually reaching its current speed of about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. So, what would it take to make our planet spin twice as fast? Well, we're talking about a truly astronomical event. Perhaps a massive asteroid impact or the gravitational pull of a passing celestial body. But it's essential to remember that such an event would be cataclysmic, potentially wiping out life as we know it. However, for the sake of exploration, let's assume that our Earth suddenly started spinning twice as fast, without any catastrophic events. This would mean our planet would complete a full rotation in just 12 hours instead of the usual 24. Days would be shorter, nights would be shorter, and everything would get quite a bit more hectic. But the consequences wouldn't stop there. Our planet's spin affects everything from the movement of the oceans to the circulation of the atmosphere. So, a faster spin would undoubtedly lead to some dramatic changes in our world. Now that we have a grip on the cause, let's venture into the effects of our Earth spinning twice as fast. Imagine a world where a day is only 12 hours long. The sun rises, peaks, and sets before you've even had a chance to finish your lunch. A world where our daily routines are dramatically changed, and the hands of the clock seem to spin twice as fast. In this fast-paced world, our concept of time would be thrown for a loop. We'd be cramming 24 hours worth of activities into a 12-hour day, from work to leisure, from sleep to meals. It would be a world where the phrase "time flies" takes on a whole new meaning. The rush might increase productivity for some, with less time for procrastination and more urgency to get things done. But for others, it might bring about more stress, with less time to relax and rejuvenate. Now let's dive into the deep end, quite literally. With the Earth spinning twice as fast, the centrifugal force would increase, pushing water towards the poles. This would lead to shallower oceans and greater land exposure. Imagine the world map being redrawn, with new land masses appearing and existing ones growing in size. Coastal cities might find themselves further inland, and new shorelines would form, creating a vastly different world from what we know today. The tides too would be in a state of flux. The increased spin would amplify tidal forces, causing more extreme high and low tides. These tidal changes could disrupt marine ecosystems, affecting the lives of countless species that rely on the rhythm of the tides for survival. So we see that a faster spinning Earth would not only alter our perception of time, but also reshape the very face of our planet. It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? And yet we've only scratched the surface. There's one more question we need to ask, but what about the weather? How would that change? With our Earth in a rapid spin, our weather patterns would take a drastic turn. Imagine, if you will, a world where the breeze is no longer gentle but fierce, where wind speeds become intense due to the quickened rotation of our planet. This isn't just a gusty day we're talking about here. No, this is a new normal where the wind is a constant, powerful force. Now let's take this a step further. These amplified winds wouldn't just rustle a few leaves, they would significantly alter our weather patterns. The distribution of heat around the Earth would change, potentially leading to more extreme climate conditions. We could see hotter deserts, colder polar regions, and storms of an intensity we can barely comprehend. But it's not just us humans who would feel this change. The animal kingdom would also need to adapt. The new day-night cycle, imagine a sun that rises and sets in just 12 hours, would affect the behavior of many species. Nocturnal animals would have less time to hunt, while diurnal creatures would need to adjust to shorter days. And what about habitats? The changing weather patterns could alter the very landscapes these animals call home. Forests could become grasslands and deserts could transform into something completely different. Our Earth spinning twice as fast would indeed create a world unlike anything we know. It's a fascinating, if somewhat unsettling thought, isn't it? So, we've taken a whirlwind tour of a world spinning twice as fast. We've delved into the science of Earth's rotation, seen how time and tides would shift, and explored the dramatic changes in weather patterns and wildlife behavior. All these alterations paint a picture of a planet that's both familiar and entirely alien. It's a world that's utterly captivating, filled with new challenges and opportunities. It's a fascinating thought to spin around in your mind, isn't it?
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narration.